Hello, my name is Dr. Kaylee Hackney, and I am so incredibly excited to be here with you today. I am passionate about helping women create a work life balance that they love. And I define that as a life that's filled with simplicity and beauty and joy. So, today, what I want to do is just share a simple exercise that you can do to start living more intentionally in 2024 and ultimately help you create that better work life balance that you really truly want. So, to start us off, I just want to talk about what this looks like. So, I like to call this an elegant balance. And while you might think, wow, that's a little weird, I've never heard work life balance described that way, that's okay. You're not alone. But typically, we think of elegance, we think of things like beautiful dresses or fancy parties or sipping champagne or I don't know, things that are very beautiful, right? But when we dig down into the definition of elegance, we find that it really just means something that is beautiful because of its simplicity and effectiveness. And who wouldn't want that to describe their work life balance, right? If we can tackle all the things on our to do list with simplicity and effectiveness, just think about how much more time and energy that opens up for doing the things that you truly love to do, right? And then if we look at the word balance, on the other hand, balance does not mean that things have to be exactly equal, right? I am not here to tell you that you need to spend equal amounts of time and energy on work and equal amounts of time and energy on family, but instead, balance means that things are just in the correct proportions. And the really exciting thing is that you get to decide what those proportions are. There is not a one size fits all approach to work life balance, and I'm not here to give that to you. Instead, I'm going to walk you through an exercise that will help you start to define what that looks like for yourself in your own life. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to do is just to take some time to dream up your ideal work life balance, right? What does a perfect week look like to you? When you think about work, what are you doing? How much time are you spending on work? What type of activities are you doing? Um, what does kind of your rhythm look like within a work day, within a work week, within the month? Maybe you travel, but you only want to travel so many times. I want you to dream really big here, okay? Because this is we're aiming for defining our perfect week. So we have something to aim for. So this is a dream. Don't hold yourself back from what you're writing down. And then I also want you to think about what does a perfect week look like with regards to your family? How much time are you spending with your kids or with your spouse? What type of activities are you doing? Think through what this looks like. Again, this is the ideal. You're aiming to define the perfect week, okay? And then the final part I want you to dream up is what are you doing, right? You play a really important role in these two different domains. And you need to also take care of yourself or think about yourself. So, what does it look like for you to practice self care on a normal basis during the week? Like, what would you really love to aim for? Maybe you are really wanting to get healthier this year in 2024. So maybe it looks like exercising more or eating better. But maybe you just want to spend more time with your friends, and so you need to make sure that you're having, you know, girl nights every once in a while. Whatever it might be, it might not look the same. I know it definitely will not look the same as what I would put on my list, right? Because we all have different values and different needs. So dream big, and that's where we're going to start. From there, you're going to then reflect on what is currently going on, right? So if you look at your actual reality, your normal work week, what are you doing? What type of tasks are you doing? How much time are you spending on those tasks? What types of rhythms are you seeing? How often are you traveling? Things like that. What time are you getting home? Um, Same thing goes for, your family. How much time are you engaged with your family? Um, what type of activities are you doing with your family? And again, with regards to yourself, right? You can't show up in these different roles that you play as a wife or a mom or an employee or a friend. You can't show up unless you're taking care of yourself and you have the energy to do that. So what are you doing currently that is for yourself in terms of self-care or hanging out with friends or spending time with God, whatever it might be? Think about what is currently going on, okay? Because then this third step is to take a look at those two things that you've just defined. You've defined your ideal or your perfect, the goal of of what you want your elegantly balanced life to look like. But you've also really tried to get down and dirty in terms of what is really going on right now. And now the third step is to try to take practical actions to start aligning the two, right? So you can think through, okay, if this is where I'm at with regards to work hours, and this is where I want to be, what can I do to bring those together, right? What type of steps need to happen for that to actually become my reality? And you can think through that with regards to work. You can think through it with regards to your family. And again, thinking through it with regards to you. Now, all this thinking and journaling is not going to make anything happen, right? You actually have to act on that. And so when you list out some practical action steps, it's not enough just to list them out, but instead you have to make sure that you're taking action. Otherwise, you will never actually achieve the elegantly balanced life that you're aiming for. So I encourage you to, identify those practical steps that you can take and then schedule them. Put them on your calendar. Make time for them, whatever it might be. But don't just let this be a journaling exercise. Otherwise, you're going to be in the same place that you are right now at the end of 2024, which I know is exactly what you do not want. So I hope this is helpful. This exercise is outlined in my Elegant Balance workbook, which is the free download that you can grab. And there's places for you to journal out each of these and a little bit more explanation in terms of each of the different steps. So I hope it's helpful and I will chat soon.